class participant, Mahmoud, Science and Ethics, Power and Stability.
Good afternoon. I am Mahmoud, fourth year student at Faculty of Science, and today my presentation is entitled Science and Ethics, Power and Responsibility. Okay, if you have thought for a while about the difference between our lives and the life of other human beings lived before in this planet, we will find that we are having a better life. And that better life is because of science. If you ask anyone, the answer will be so simple, so clear, science. So science has promised us with a better life, and it did give us a better life. Science has made us live longer with better health. Science has given us technology, and technology gave us an open access to knowledge. Science has given us the promise of genetic engineering of food, which promises us to end the world hunger. With science, we can develop vaccines faster and prevent any mass deaths like what's happened in the previous centuries. But let's say that we had to pay the price. Things weren't really that good. There was that atomic bomb, millions of people have died. We have pollution in air, we have pollution in water. We have that DDT, which was good and then it turned so bad. We have crops that contains poison that we engulf and we just keep moving. Those things have led to malformation, have led to new diseases. Many new diseases have appeared. Many new types of cancers that have never been there before have appeared. When humanity destroys itself, it will all happen in the name of science. This quotation was taken from a movie. The movie was a science fiction, but I believe this sentence may be true. The photo here is Harryham Castle. Harryham Castle, this castle was in Germany. This photo is there to prove how a theory, just a theory, can turn into a nightmare. And that theory is eugenics. Tens of thousands of people have been killed there, have been euthanized, and the lucky of them have been sterilized in this place. Thousands of people entered that place daily to undergo sterilization process. The photo here is from the radiation experiment, and in this experiment, the citizens of the US have paid the price of the nuclear research that the government had made there in Nevada. Many malformations have happened after this process, and instead of taking those people, trying to find solutions for them, scientists have taken them, gave them no medicine, they made experiments on them. As you see, science can cause misery and it can cause happiness. But we want happiness. We do not want any misery anymore. So we will go to Aristotle. Aristotle, of course, he's the most famous philosopher. Aristotle had been always concerned with happiness. He said that he was convinced that happiness is the central purpose of human life and a goal itself. So if they are asking Aristotle, okay, we want to be happy, Aristotle will say, if you want to be happy, be ethical. That's what Aristotle thinks. That's what Aristotle thought of. Okay, the thing is that science is neutral. We cannot say science is bad. We cannot say science is wrong. Science is just some equations, some experiments we conduct. So it's up to us. We we will decide is it good or bad by our behavior, by our methods. Ethics still have to come from us mere humans. We will guide science to be good or bad. Okay, when scientists become worse than serial killers. Okay, when serial killers try to pick a victim, he tries to pick those victims who think whom he thinks no one will witness. So he will go and pick someone, some homeless people. He will go and pick someone like orphan. He will go pick those people who will not be missed. Believe it or not, scientists have done worse than this. The photo here, this is a set of twins. There are 1,600 set of twins in the concentration camps that have been used in experiments. Only 200 set of them have survived. The others, all of them have died, and no one have been judged. No one have been taking the responsibility for this. No one have been sued. Here, this is an orphanage. 22 orphan child have been taken from this orphanage, and there was this famous experiment called the monster experiment, and it showed how bad environment can affect the children's behavior. So scientists have taken 22 orphan child, have done experiment on them. This is so famous experiment, the black blood experiment. 600 black people have been taken in Alabama, in the U.S. The U.S. government convinced them that they have bad blood. Some of them have syphilis, and they were kept for 40 years untreated from syphilis, although the penicillin was being used at this age as a treatment. From the 600 black people, only 200 survived, and they were kept in a camp for 40 years. Okay, those were bad examples of science. Those were bad examples that we do not want to see anymore. But this here is one of the brightest examples that we can see. The man here is Jonas Salk. Jonas Salk had invented the polio vaccine, and he didn't patent it. The American magazine Forbes said that Jonas Salk would have been richer by $7 billion if his vaccine were patented. And when they were making a television interview with him, he said, "Can you patent the sun? Can I prevent someone from taking the vaccine just because he doesn't have money?" This man is one of the most ethical scientists that have been there through all the history. Okay, ethics have something to do here. Ethics have a big challenge. The big challenge is taking off the personal values and the social values from research, because your own beliefs can affect the result of your research. Through the 19th century, astrobiology was only conducted by men. So men have developed 600 instruments and made over 5,000 kinds of measurements just to prove that men are smarter than women and women are less intelligent. Those data was there, everyone believed in it till the late 70s of the last century, where women entered that line, and then women proved that this doesn't make any sense. Women use the same measurements to prove that women and men have the same intelligence level. The same data were used to prove that the superiority of the European race over the black race. And of course, it all doesn't make sense. It's all made because you just believe in that. So instead of using no values, there is this new concept in science of making a team of different nationalities. So if I'm having black people with me and Asian people for me, no one will be there telling me, no one will be there leading me doing those personal things. No, we will have an international committee, we will have an international research team, so our results will not be affected by our values. As values entered science, some values were extracted from science. Prestige, respect, appreciation, and the trust. People trust science because people think that scientists can never lie. Scientists spend their lives in labs doing nothing but the best and the good for humanity. So it was used in commercials, media, just to sell more. So you can find someone there telling you, this drug, use it, it has no negative effect, it has no side effects. No scientist can say this drug has no side effect as long as it's being used. Okay. Those photos here are taken from one of the most reputed magazines in the world. Many, like The Guardian, this is the newspaper. The thing is that we have this phobia here. Most people think that research is just cancer and stem cells. So everyone is working nowadays to divide things like what causes cancer, what prevents cancer. And the weird thing that you will find that coffee, you will find that it was one of the things that cause cancer and one of the things that prevent cancer. Same with red wine. So they're just trying to sell more. They're just trying to make publicity in their pages. And they are using bad science. This is not science. They cannot tell someone who's not doing this will cause you cancer. Nothing has ever been proved to be used alone and cause cancer by 100%. Nothing. So here I'm talking about the corruption of science. To do scientific research, you need funds. You need money to fund your research, to get the facilities. And mostly, if you are doing your research, taking funds from pharmaceutical companies or from the industrial companies, most likely you will get the result that you want more likely than you get it if you are doing it with a university fund. That means that you are getting affected by the fund. You want this result, so you make it by different ways, by falsification, by trimming. Another question here is who owns the result? If I'm making a drug, and if I'm making a patent, and I distribute that blood, no one is able to use that drug except me. Why? If we share this knowledge, other people can use it and make it better. No drug has no side effect. So it's better to allow people current knowledge, knowing is a universal right. People have the right to know, have the right to develop. No one just can corrupt science. So those scientists who made those data for the funds are betrayers of the truth. Okay, here is a dangerous situation. Corruption of young research mind. If I have a young researchers that want to have a research, again, if he came to me and said, I want to have a research just because I'm curious, this is not enough. I say, no, you have to make an application, you have to write a proposal, say that your work will be magnificent, you will change the world, you will find treatment for blah, blah, blah. I'm just curious. Why can't I do my research? Why do I have to lie? Why do I have to make all these things around? I just want to know. Example, if I want to study the mating at snails, why not? I mean, I can study mating, and that may result in knowing chemicals interaction during that mating. Maybe I know the effects in the environment. Maybe I study the behavior. Or maybe I get nothing at all. Why not? Einstein said, if we know what it was we were doing, it would not be called research, would it? Why should I get results? Why? This is not research. Science leads to knowledge, and knowledge is always better than ignorance. This is enough reason. This is enough reason for young people to go and get funds. Now all the funds goes to stem cells and cancer biology, while the other disciplines of science are being ignored. This is totally wrong. And the thing is that if we look at the world military spending on research, you will find that in 2012, the spending reached more than $1.7 trillion. So we are funding death instead of funding life. When it's just a job. Science may not be ethical when it's just a job. When I have to get result to get a promotion. When I have to get result just to get published. When I have to get result just to keep the funds coming. So their creativity here kills science. All I have to do is hard working. No, scientists cannot be just hard working. We need creativity, we need passion, we need to know that we are doing something good. We are producing something that may later goes benefit for humanity. So we do not want another cutting machine. No, we want creative minds, we want brave minds. Okay, this person here is Randy Chapman. Randy Chapman is a Nobel Prize winner from 2013 in medicine. Randy Chapman have a very, very, very famous article, how journals like Nature, Cell and Science are damaging science. After writing this article, Mr. Chapman said, I will never publish my case in Nature, Cells and Science. Why? Because only a limited number of things of research are being published. Who decided what to be published? I mean, if I'm interested in cancer and you are giving me some papers about neuroscience, your work may be important, but to me it's not important. Who will judge what's important and what's not important? This is another side of corruption of science. So they put what they want and they remove what they want. And this is totally wrong. So small things get bigger. If you are building a wall, we will put blocks together. If we are only making research in cell biology or stem cells, the side of the wall will go on and the remainings will stay as they are. This will cause unbalance. All disciplines of science must be taken into consideration. And the thing is that if I'm classifying the data, I might put a wrong block here. And if I'm putting a wrong block here, other scientists may come after me and waste their lives trying to prove something that wasn't right in the first place. I might waste lives of others trying to justify things that doesn't exist in the first place. This is totally wrong. Okay, the last thing I will talk about is animal rights. The thing is that the worldwide it's estimated that animals used in research about 1 million vertebrate animals used yearly in research. Most of them are euthanized after the research. So we are going from appreciation of life to damaging of life. We are supposed to be appreciating the life. We are studying life. We are trying to understand life. The cost is very high. All scientists must consider whether the positive effect from their research are likely to be significantly higher than the negative effects. Many of these animals are being used for cosmetics. Why would I sacrifice with millions of animals just to test lipstick or some sort of this thing? So if you cannot defend the study ethically, you should not and will not be allowed to conduct it. So there must be an ethic committee to judge your things, to say, okay, this can be done, this cannot be done. You must make sure this animal feels comfortable. And your research deserves sacrifice of the soul. If there's compassion, then it's a crime. Animals have the right to be treated as beings of value themselves. Humans are acting like we are the master of the universe. Okay, we are the superior species here, we will do whatever we want. No, with great power comes great responsibility, like Spider-Man say. So we are responsible for these animals. We are responsible for better use, for better care of them. And we must appreciate them. We use them in research to get knowledge. So we must appreciate them and treat them better. More compassion, more appreciation, please. We and our fellow creatures should be living in harmony. Every species is unique. We must appreciate it. And if you think that this species doesn't have any importance, it's not supposed to be there, who you are to judge? We should leave the opportunity to the next generation to judge and have the chance to meet the animal instead of letting many animals go and extinct. So the last thing is why. You need to know why you are doing science. You need to know why you are sacrificing animals. You need to know why you are wasting your time. Why are you putting all these years doing science? You need to take your time and think about it. Science is about exploration and discovery. It's about giving to humanity. So, when you think well, and when you know why you do science, and when you decide to do science, make sure you do it in the right way. Make sure you do it ethically. where science and ethics meet, humanity will be at the right place, going in just the right direction. Here are my references, my photo credits. Thanks for your attention.
Any questions?
دكتورة فهاد،
أنا مش عايز سؤال، أنا عايز حاجة واحدة أعملها بس، اسمحوا لي.
مصر بخير. إذا دوت ناتج ولادنا، أنا تهيألي يعني وأساتذتي وزمايلي يعني سعداء، والكلام ما يقدرش يعبر عن لو ولادنا بهذا المنظر. ف as he said, we must have done something right. فربنا يخليك.
Very well. Okay, can I ask you your opinion on something? You were talking about human rights and ethics. So what do you think about in which country did these twins and monsters and the bad blood experiments were done?
The bad blood experiment were done in the US. It was in Alabama. The radiation experiment were done in the US. The twins thing were done in the concentration camp, maybe done Jewish. The monster camp, I guess it was done in somewhere in Europe. It's really a famous experiment, but I do not know, to be honest, I do not know where exactly how they conducted.
And what do you think about testing drugs and missiles and bombs in
Okay.
Testing drugs.
This thing happened already in the US, causing malformation. The thing is that we say that it's not ethical to use these things on animals without making sure it's right. How can we use it on human beings? So I guess we should, at the point we decide to use it on animal, we must be very sure, like 100%, 100% or something, that this will not harm the animal. And we should start with little number, and if we find it better, we use larger number. But they cannot test a new drug on like 1,000 rats. This is too much. I guess one would be enough. If it died, then I try something else. If it's not, then I go on.
I want to thank you, Aya, for your excellent and exciting lecture. But I want to ask you, after this excellent lecture, about your point of view. Are you with animal welfare or animal rights point of view?
Okay, here are the people. Millions of people dying monthly from hunger. Millions of people dying monthly from not getting enough vaccines. Animal rights should be kept. You are using them. I mean, you capture them from the wild. If you're not going to treat them right, give them away. I'm with animal ethics. About animal welfare, I guess we should care first for the human rights before taking care of animal welfare. That's my point.
I asked you about your point of view. Are you with animal rights or animal welfare?
I'm with animal rights.
Right.
Yep.
Thank you.
Is there any other questions?
What is the ممكن أسأل سؤال because I don't think that the لا I don't have to mute. What is the difference between animal rights and animal welfare, دكتورة آية?
Okay. In the US.
No, not in the US. All over the world. It's an international expression. Animal welfare and animal rights. What is the difference between them, Doctor?
Well, I do not want to be someone who talk about something that I do not know. So I want to correct me if I'm doing wrong. But to me, when I was answering the question, I thought animal welfare unfair, like what we're doing to vets, like spending hundreds of dollars on them. So I guess that I was.
That's why I'm asking this question, because I noticed that you did not answer as Dr. Suhair wanted you to answer.
Yeah.
It's an expression. Animal rights are those that believe that we should not use any animals whatsoever in science, and that the animal life is at the same level as human beings' rights. So they forbid and they are against the use of animals whatsoever in science. Animal welfare believes that we do have, or we could use animals in science, but under ethical considerations, that the result of these experiments are to the benefit of the human race. So this is the difference between...
So may I change my answer?
Yes, please.